Hey guys, we got us a trailer for Light and Magic, George Lucas and Lawrence Kasdan. Let's see what's up. What is it, like behind the scenes?
Visual effects
Yeah.
create the magic that makes people want to go to the movies. Movies are special effects.
George?
We start with an empty frame. Anything is possible.
As audiences see through the illusion, the bar just raises.
How do we do this now? How do we make this look great? I leave it to the geniuses at
CG.
ILM.
47 years, holy crap, wow. Damn,
Right
16
there in the name,
Oscars.
Industrial, light, and
Yep.
magic.
Yep. Episode 1.
The history of ILM goes way back.
When
Wow.
I was writing Star Wars, there were no special effects houses in the world. So how are we going to do the effects?
I realized that I was going to have to start a company.
We didn't really know what we were doing. We were not movie people. George wanted a bunch of guys who didn't know what was impossible.
We were departing from convention. We had to build equipment from scratch. This was a long shot.
This was massive back
Make it look
then.
like a professional movie instead of a bunch of kids having fun.
We realized nothing is impossible.
There was just something here about the people.
Suddenly, everybody wants to come to ILM.
We were trying to do things that have never been done before.
Ooh, Terminator, Transformers,
this up as I go.
Indiana
They're
Jones.
pushing technology forward.
There's so many innovations that ILM made. Digital editing,
Oh, wow.
computer graphics.
We developed Pixar to be a cartoon company.
One thing led to another. It turned into Photoshop. Now you could manipulate images.
Visual effects would never be the same again.
I remember that incredible feeling when all you've got is an idea. It was so exciting.
Yeah,
I wanna work
that
with
shit
people
was
that
huge
inspire
back then.
me. That is the spirit of ILM.
Mandalorian.
It goes back to that original group that were unpretentious, brilliant people.
That was our family.
Rancor.
We enjoyed each other's company.
Yes, we water slided. Yes, we were immature, but nobody worked harder. We were the Rebel Alliance.
Interesting. And I'm sure there's so much behind the scenes for this going on. You know, it's crazy, right? And you know, Star Wars obviously being like a world phenomenon. And when it came out, like, was it 78, 77? I'm not sure exactly. But even, you know, with the Empire Strikes Back, the Return of the Jedi, and all that stuff, I mean, the special effects were freaking huge back then. You know, Star Wars succeeded and became what it is today for a lot of reasons. Everything just worked with that movie. The original, of course, the original trilogy especially. Everything just worked. You know, the story was great. The action was awesome. The special effects, the music, the characters, everything just worked. You know, and again, the special effects was one of those major points, right? I mean, the attack on the Death Star, that shit was huge. Lightsabers and stuff. You know, I mean, before that, there wasn't really much that like stood out. Again, especially like the attack on the Death Star. That you can watch that today. Of course, the remastered version, and it's just so great looking. And especially when you think about it, you know, it was done like special effects back then and whatnot. And not only that, because you know the studio done a lot, Light and Magic. You know, they showed us a bunch of stuff they did here. You know, Indiana Jones and some Marvel movies and whatnot. Probably all of them, not even sure. And that's, you know, nowadays, you know, it's all CG, and although they actually like are mixing a bit of CG and puppets and whatnot with like some to make it seem more realistic. I'm thinking of like Yoda and stuff. But even when, you know, even when the prequels came out and it was all done in CG, that was like a big deal at the time, you know. Like you look at it nowadays, like, you know, maybe it doesn't hold on so well. And a lot of people like hate it for that reason, right? Because, you know, like people are just like in a small room, you know, on the front of a green screen, and they're like looking at random shit around them, which is not really there, you know. But back then, I remember it being like such a big thing, and it was like, oh my God, it's all CG. Like, what does it mean? You know, like in the future, movies will be like all created like CG. And nowadays, you know, with like all these characters like coming back in their younger forms through CG and whatnot, I'm sure eventually at one point it will just be like movies created completely out of CG, and you couldn't tell the difference, you know. And maybe, you know, Light and Magic will be at the forefront of this achievement, if you want to call it that. Besides that, again, I'm sure there's a lot of stories for this company. And, you know, this has been there since, like you said, like 60 years or some crap, 50 years, 40 years, I'm not even sure, but a long time ago, right? 78, 2020, how much is that? 40 something, right? I think. Quick maths, right? But anyways, looks interesting. Thank you for watching. Peace.